What's up guys, and welcome back to Software Knowledge Solutions, and today we're talking about what you can do with your Windows machine to make your games run even better than what they're already running in September 2023. Now, I accidentally uploaded the wrong video just now, so for my people that's loyal subscribers and that watched that video, I'm sorry, I accidentally uploaded the wrong video. This is the correct one. Don't worry, I accidentally uploaded the wrong video. We are now in September in 2023. Now, all I need you to do is follow my guidelines and you should be good to go with your specific machine that you're running. We're going to go over a lot of things that you're going to need to tweak inside your Windows to make your games run even better than what they're already running. So we're going to go over Nvidia control panel, MSI afterburner, open hardware monitor, and just programs in general that you can use to make your games run even better than what they're already running. And then also just in general, machine settings that you can change, like your Windows settings and stuff like that. Now, something I just want to mention is this over here. All my loyal members that's become members on my channel, you guys are amazing. I love you guys to bits. All of you guys are fucking amazing. Make sure to become a member if you would like to support the channel. It really means a lot to me if you are supporting my channel. There's also a little thanks button under this video. If you want to leave a super thanks, you can go ahead and do that, and it will go pin right to the top of my comments. If you leave a super thanks, it will mean a lot to me. If this video actually helped you that much, then just show your appreciation and it will mean a lot to me. Alright, let's jump straight into this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the first thing I highly recommend you go ahead and do is click on the start button over here and then go to settings and then just go over here into your Windows settings. You can also do this by going to the search button and type in Windows settings and it will come up like this. The first thing I highly recommend you go ahead and do is click on the update and security and make sure that your Windows is up to date. You're going to click on check for updates and make sure that your Windows is up to date to the latest updates for now for 2023 in September. Please go ahead and do that. As you can see, I have a downloading right here that's happening right now. I highly recommend you go ahead and do this. And then also you have a optional version which is download and install. I highly recommend you go ahead and click on this. I'm not going to do that right now, otherwise I'm going to bore the living shit out of you by letting you watch me download this. Alright, from here, once you download all of these things and your things are up to date, you're going to click on the home button. You're going to come to privacy and you're going to come all the way down to where it says background apps. You're going to come inside here. Now what I highly recommend you go ahead and do is turn this from on to off if you're a Windows 10 user like me, so all of these things don't run in the background. You might have more things than me or less things than me. Please go ahead and turn all of these things off just by clicking the top button over here if you're a Windows 10 user like me. Now if you're a Windows 11 user, you are the person that installed Windows 11, that's on you. I don't like Windows 11, it's very unoptimized, and I know I'm going to get hate comments down below saying that Windows 11 is the best. I actually don't give a fuck. I don't give a rat's ass. Windows 11 is bullshit and I don't give a fuck about it. Until I'm forced to move over to Windows 11, then I'll use Windows 11. But Windows 10, that's what I'm using. Alright, now Windows 11 users, if you are a Windows 11 user, unfortunately you have to disable these things individually one by one, and you literally have to, I'm not going to spoon feed you any more than what I'm already doing, so just go Google how to do that. I'm not going to go and show you this, otherwise this video is going to be way too long. Alright, just make sure that all of these things are turned off. Please go ahead and do that, because it's very important for your machine not to let these things run in the background while you are playing your games. These things can actually use your VRAM usage, your RAM, and your CPU usage. You don't want it to do that, so please go ahead and just turn this from on to off. From here, you're going to click on the home button, and you're going to go to gaming over here. You're going to come inside here to the first one that says Xbox Game Bar. Make sure this is turned off and this is unchecked. You're going to come to captures over here. This is not really that much important, but what you can do is just copy my settings as is over here. Just pause the video, copy my settings as is, and then you're going to come to game mode. You're going to come inside here and make sure that your game mode is turned on right now. At this very moment, game mode actually does increase performance with some games, for a lot of games in fact, especially if you are a Call of Duty player. I know a lot of people that have subscribed to my YouTube channel right now is Call of Duty players. Now, please go ahead and turn this on. It helps for a lot of games. I've been recently testing it for PUBG, Valorant, Apex Legends, Escape from Tarkov, and it actually does benefit by putting this on. So please, for the love of fuck, switch this on. From here, you're going to go to graphics settings and you're going to come inside here. Please make sure that you have hardware accelerated GPU scheduling turned off. If you turn this on, it can actually give you input latency and give you stuttering in the game. You don't want it to do that, so please turn it off. Alright, from here you're just going to click on the home button again, and you're going to come over here where it says Personalize. You're going to come inside here, and you're going to go to Colors. Now this is mostly for people out there that's running laptops and lower end machines. This can actually increase your performance of your machine, not games, but the performance of your machine to make it a slight bit faster. All you're going to need to do is this. This is also especially useful for laptop users. You can click on this and make this from light to dark. Now, I'm just going to give a fair warning. If you're watching this at night, you're going to get a flashbang right now. All right. So boom, flashbang. Don't let your windows be on white. Go to dark and have your windows at dark like this. Have transparency effect off and make sure that you have this color selected over here, which is called storm. You can also select any color inside your own personal preference, but I have storm inside here. All right. This is what I highly recommend you go ahead and do if you are a low-end user with a laptop or just a low-end user in general. You don't have the best of machines. Neither do I. Don't worry. I don't have the best of machines, but I have a decent enough machine. All right. Let's jump straight into the next step. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is click on the search button over here and type in CMD, and then just right click on this and then say run as administrator. It's going to ask you a command prompt and you're going to say yes. You're going to open it up like this and it's going to look like this. You're going to type in SFC spacebar / scan now, one word, and press enter. What it's going to do is it's actually going to go through your entire machine, your Windows files, and files that are corrupted. It will actually automatically fix it for you. A lot of people don't do this, and a lot of people don't know about this. So I highly recommend, if you do know about it, please go ahead and do this like each and every week or every month at least. So what it can do is actually fix Windows errors. It will tell you if you have corrupt files, and it will automatically fix it for you, because that's what Windows will do for you. This is a command prompt through Windows itself, and I highly recommend that you go ahead and use this. If you haven't done this already, please go ahead and do this. It's very important for your machine's files to not be corrupted. So this will automatically fix it for you. All right, let's jump straight into the next step. All right, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is this over here. You're going to press the Windows key and R, and you're going to delete everything inside here. The first thing you're going to type inside here is temp, just like this, and press enter. You're going to click on anything inside here and then press Control and A, highlight everything inside here, say delete on your keyboard or delete on your mouse like this, and then just do this. Try again, and then just say skip because Windows is currently using this file, it can't be deleted. Close out of that, and then the next step is going to be the Windows key and R again, and then this time you're going to do this. You're going to put a percentage symbol in front of the P by pressing Shift 5. Go to the T in front and then Shift 5 so it looks like this, and press OK. You're going to open this up like this on your screen and click on anything inside here. Control and A to highlight everything, right click and then say delete. Delete everything that's inside here. It's all temporary files that your machine does not need, and you do not need these things at all. And it's all temporary files that Windows keeps creating, and it just chills in the background of your machine and actually eats up space that you don't want it to do. So I highly recommend you actually do this on a regular basis, like every week or every month. I highly recommend you do these 3 steps that I'm showing you right now. Now, these 3 things can't be deleted because Windows is currently using it right now. Yours might be completely empty. I'm using OBS and I have other stuff running, like Wallpaper Engine, for instance. So these things are running for a reason. You can close out of this and you're going to do this once more. Windows key and R, and then this time you're going to type in prefetch, just like this, and press enter. You're going to say continue to this and click on anything inside here and press Control and A, highlight everything, delete on the keyboard, and then let it delete everything inside here. Do this for all current items, say try again. Do this for all current items and say skip. Windows is currently using these 2 files, and then close out of this. Now, something that's highly recommended you go ahead and do is then after that, go ahead and empty your recycling bin like this. Please go ahead and do this, and then there you go. Now I'm going to move this to my other screen again. All right, let's jump straight into the next step. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is you're going to come to the search button over here and type in edit power plan, just like this, and press enter, and you're going to go to power options over here. Now, I have a lot inside here. I do this for a lot of games in general, but what we're going to do is we're going to create you a brand new one for right now for September 2023. All right, you're going to go to create a plan like this. You're going to go to high performance and delete everything that's inside here like this. Delete it and say best settings 2023, just like that, and say next. You're going to say never, never. If you're a laptop user, obviously you can choose what you want here. Desktop users, just never and never. Create, and you're going to create that plan. Here's your plan over here, and you're going to go to change plan settings, and then you're going to go to change advanced power settings. You're going to come inside here, and then this is the first thing you're going to need to change. Now, this is for people out there that has hard drives. I don't own a hard drive, but I still do this. I have an M.2 and solid state drives. If you have a hard drive, this can benefit you a lot. If you have SSDs, this can also benefit you a lot. Even if you have M.2s or SSDs or hard drives, whatever the case might be, please go ahead and change this over here. You're going to change this to 0, type in 0, and click on anything. Then it's going to say turn off hard disk never. Please have that like that. Scroll down, and come to processor power management, come over here and go to minimum processor state. Now, on the laptop, you'll get two settings over here. It says plugged in and on battery. That's for laptop users. Desktop users, you'll just get one over here. And then maximum, make sure that both of these are on 100%. Now, if you're a laptop user, you can change them both to 100%, or when it's unplugged and it's on battery, change it to 50% because you do not want your CPU to use too much and your laptop will die really quick because it's using a lot of your CPU's power and your battery will drain really quickly. So if it's on battery, put it on 50% for laptop users. Desktop users, 100%, 100%, and you should be good to go. Apply these settings like this and say okay, and let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is update your GPU drivers. It doesn't matter if you're an Nvidia user or an AMD user. Please go ahead and update your GPU drivers. It plays a very big role inside your games in general for your GPU drivers to be up to date, to the latest version. Right now, if I go to drivers over here, the latest version is 537.42. It is the latest version, and it was literally installed on the 21st of this month. It got released and I installed it onto my machine, and I highly recommend you go ahead and update your graphics card drivers right now at this very moment if you haven't done this already. Please go ahead and do that. If you're an Nvidia user like me, 537.42 is the latest version. Please go ahead and download it. If you're an AMD user, please go ahead and download the latest version. You can also do this if you don't have GeForce Experience like me by going to Google and type in your graphics card and say update drivers, and then you can go ahead and select your graphics card and download the latest driver, which is 537.42 if you are an Nvidia user like me. If you're an AMD user, just go ahead and type in your GPU and type in latest graphics card drivers and go ahead and download them. Alright, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is this over here. You're going to right click on your desktop. If you are an Nvidia user like me, right click on your desktop, open up Nvidia control panel and let it look like this and come inside Nvidia control panel. You're going to come here where it says adjust image settings with preview, and you're going to come over here. Use the advanced 3D image settings and make sure you have this selected, and then just click on take me there, which is basically just going to take you to manage 3D settings like this. Now, something I want to point out is this over here. The reason why I'm in global settings because this is going to change everything for you for every single game that you're going to be playing. This is for all games. This is to optimize everything for all games. Now, all you're going to need to do is follow my guidelines and you should be good to go. Please don't skip through my video. Watch everything that I'm showing you. And then after everything is done, you're going to have to restart your machine and then boot up your machine again. And you can come into my video and leave a comment if this actually worked for other games or games in general. Leave a comment, leave a feedback, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a super thanks if this actually did work for you and it made a huge improvement on your machine itself. It will be much appreciated. Subscribe if you are new here. It really means a lot to me. Alright, so as you come inside here in the global settings, you're going to just copy every single setting I have inside here. Please go ahead and note this over here where it says low latency mode. Please go ahead and put this on. Okay, it plays a very big role inside your games. Please go ahead and turn this on over here. Okay, this one over here, OpenGL rendering GPU. Make sure that you have your dedicated graphics card selected. As you can see, there's my graphics card. Please go ahead and do that. Here where it says power management mode, please go ahead and put it on prefer maximum performance. Shader cache on 100 gigs. Trust me, the 100 gigs is actually going to help you, especially in Call of Duty games. A lot of people in my YouTube right now that is subscribed knows this. And for the people that's new here, trust me, 100 gigs on the shader cache actually helps you a lot in gaming in general, with stutters and stuff like that. You don't want that, so put this at 100 gigs. You're going to come down over here, and then you're going to come to this over here where it says threaded optimization. Please go ahead and turn this on. Don't put it on off or auto. Please go ahead and turn this on. Alright, from here, you're going to apply these settings, and you're going to go to config surroundings physics, and you're going to come inside here. Now, this is the physics, what your GPU handles basically. Now, as you can see, I have a Samsung, and a Samsung. This is my main screen over here, and these are my other two monitors. Now, your physics are handled through your GPU. If you have an APU unit, meaning you have only a CPU that has a dedicated graphics card built into the CPU, then you can go ahead and select CPU. But most people out there, 95% of the gaming community have dedicated graphics cards. So please go ahead and select your dedicated graphics card over here and say apply and let it use your dedicated graphics card. From here, you're going to come to adjust desktop color settings and you're going to come inside here. You're going to come to your main screen. If you only have one screen, don't worry about that. Just be on your main screen. This plays a very big role on every single game that you're going to be playing, and it can give a huge improvement on visuals. What you're going to do is you're going to have your brightness at 50%. You can change the brightness inside your games, not inside here. 50% over here, 65% over here, 1.00 over here, which is default, and then you get your digital vibrance. Now you're going to click on image 3 and you're going to pull this all the way down to 0. As you can see, your screen will now be black and white if you do this yourself on your end of the video. If you start moving this up to about 50%, 50% is its factory default settings. So I can't even get it onto fucking 50%. There we go. This is its factory default settings. Now, if you look at your screen right now, it will look washed out. You don't want that. So obviously you're going to bump this up. Now, my sweet spot is 95 over here. This has been my sweet spot for a very long time right now, and I've always kept it at 95. Now, something I just want to mention for people out there is this. This is just a safety feature for people out there. If you have very bad eyesight, or you have, for instance, I don't know, let's just say you wear glasses, please do not put this at 95. You are going to give yourself headaches and stuff like that, and you don't want that. I would then suggest that you push this a little bit down and put it to about 80. You can also put this about at 75, and you should be good to go. Do not push this all the way to 95 like me if you don't have basically the best of vision and you're wearing glasses. This can actually strain your eyes and give you headaches. You don't want that. So if you're good to go with 95, please go ahead and use this option. It's a very smooth, amazing option. Games in general will pop for you, and trust me, it looks fucking amazing. Alright, you're going to apply these settings, and your screen might flash a couple of times. Don't worry about that. Nvidia control panel is actually just applying every single setting for you. Alright, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is Open Hardware Monitor, and I'll leave a link in the description down below for you to go ahead and download it and install it. Please go ahead and do this. This can actually help you a lot, and I'm going to explain why I use this program. Okay, now actually you can see the temperatures of your CPU and what they're doing. Now I have a water cooling block on my machine. Now my machine is a 9700K overclocked, an RTX 2060 OC overclocked, 16 gigs of HyperX Fury RAM, Samsung B-Die RAMs overclocked with shortened timings. So I've done a lot to my machine to make my games run better, and these programs also do help. So I highly recommend you download both the programs that are left in the description down below, which is MSI Afterburner and then Open Hardware Monitor. Now, right now, this very moment, as you can see, these are my temperatures. Now, this one over here is controlling my fans in the front of my case and at the top of my case. They're connected to my motherboard. So if your fans are connected directly to your motherboard and doesn't have a hub, please go ahead and just right click over here, control, manual, and select where you want your fans to go to. You can have it at 30% when you're not gaming, and you can push it up to like 90% to 100% or 90% while you are gaming. Okay? Now, as you can see, this is at 90%. This is for my CPU currently, and I make my water cooling blocks fans run at 90% when I game. Then all I do is once I'm done gaming, I'll just drop this down to about like 30%, like this, and it will go down to 30%, and there I can actually hear my fan slow down. Now obviously I want this to be like this because I'm going to game after this, so I'm going to put it back at 90%. Then all you're going to need to do is please don't close this program once you've done this. You're going to minimize the program. Alright, let's jump straight into the next step. Alright, so this is a very important step for Nvidia users. Please go ahead and download MSI Afterburner. It can actually benefit you a lot. Trust me, it could benefit you a lot, and you can make save profiles for yourself. Now, number one, I have a save profile over here, and then I also have one over there. So number one is when I game. As you can see, it boosts the power limit, the temp limit, and my fan speeds, and my core clock, and my memory clock. And then I just apply it, and then I minimize. I never close it, you minimize. There goes my fans on my GPU. It's at 90% now. The temp limit is at 87 degrees, so I don't get thermal throttling. Now, when I don't game, I click on Save Profile 2, and then I apply it, and then my fans slow down. Now, I highly recommend you go ahead and change this yourself, the fan speed. So if you want to make profiles, I'll just make an example for you. Since I'm not using 3 and 4, let's make an example. So let's say you want your fan to run at about 40% of fan speed, 0% on overclocking, and you want to save this profile. First, you're going to apply it like this, and make sure this is like this over here. 40% on the fan when you don't play games. Click on it so it applies it. Click on save, and click on one of the profiles. Right? Now, you can just click on it, and then it will automatically be this profile that you made. Now you want your fan speed to be higher. Let's say you want it at 90, or you can even push it to 100. It's your own personal preference. In 95, whatever the case might be. Mine is just 90, and then you can do a little bit of overclocking over here. If you overdo the overclocking, your machine will just go black screen and it will go back to its default settings. Then you've done something wrong. So I don't really recommend playing around with this. If you don't know what you're doing, please don't play around with this. Rather just use your fan and I highly recommend you use your fan because what it will do is it will help with temperatures so you don't do thermal throttling and you don't lose FPS. If your GPU gets too high in temperatures and your CPU, you're going to get thermal throttling and you're going to lose FPS inside your game. Trust me on this. Now, obviously, like I said, you're going to click on this to apply the 90% over here, or if yours is 100%, and then say save, and then click on a profile that you would like it to be. So, when you're gaming, you click on profile 4, and then apply it, and then minimize. If you come back into this program and you don't game anymore and you're done gaming for the day, you click on profile 3. Obviously, yours will be 1 or 2, whatever the case might be, and then just click on it when you're not gaming. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if this worked for you, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, leave a super thanks if this actually helped for you, and let me know in the comments down below if this actually helped for any other games that you are playing, and what games you're currently playing, and if it actually improved your gameplay. As always, ladies and gentlemen, just here to help the community for gaming in general, for everyone out there. It doesn't matter if you're running a low-end, mid-tier, to a high-end, to a NASA fucking machine that can launch nuclear missiles. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to help every single person out there, and I hope this helped you. As always, peace out.